This is a map of Seoul's transportation system, one of the busiest and most advanced subway systems in the world. It is currently ranked number 1 for being the best metro network globally and has 2.6 billion riders per year. Each color represents a different line. Of course, there are a bunch of different lines, but this is to be expected. Seoul is one of the biggest megacities in the world. It has a population of more than 10 million people, making it more populated than both London and New York. Seoul is split into north and south by the Han River. However, unlike London, where the metro systems on the north and south are very different, most Seoul lines run equally on both sides of the river. The Seoul metro system has 9 distinct lines, marked 1 through 9. The most important line here is Line 2. This is the most used line in Seoul, with around 800 million passengers per year. This is because it is an orbital line, forming a huge loop around the center of Seoul and crossing the Han River twice. Orbital lines mean passengers can travel from one area to another without having to travel into the center and then back out again using just radial lines. This would be much longer. They are common in many other cities, such as Moscow's Central Circle, London's Circle Line, and Berlin's Ringbahn. But what separates Line 2 is it's at the core of Seoul, connecting the 3 main business districts, downtown Seoul, Gangnam, and Yeouido. Moreover, Line 2 has more than 10 radial lines running through it. This makes it the beating heart of Seoul's metro network. Some of these radial lines include Lines 5, the second most used line with 600 million annual passengers, and Lines 6, 8, and 9. Each of these lines provides inner city connections, making the city center extremely accessible. The remaining lines of the metro connect the suburbs to the city center. The most important of these is Line 1, which is more complicated than most cities' whole train systems. It's the oldest line, opening in 1974 and runs through 102 stations. It's a complete beast of a line. Line 1 connects the north and south of Seoul, but also has several branches running west and connecting other districts. In addition, Lines 3, 4, and 7 all run across both sides of the Han River, connecting all the major suburbs to the city center and the other metro lines there. With all of these different lines, it's not surprising that Seoul's metro system is the 9th largest in the world, having 314 stations and spanning over 340 kilometers. But this was not enough for the city with the best ranked metro system. There is also the Zhonghui-Zhongyang Line, Xingbongdang Line, Zhongchun Line, and the Airport Railroad Express, which, as the name suggests, connects the main Seoul airport, which is on an island to the west, with the center of Seoul. These 4 lines crisscross to connect suburban areas in the north, east, south, and west to Seoul, where passengers can use the main city center metro lines. So these 4 suburban lines, along with metro lines 1 to 9, connect the entire city. This also reduces travel times, as it ensures that there is a direct route from suburban areas to the city center. With this great metro system, it is no surprise that the South Korean capital boasts a figure of 65% of its population using public transport. This compares to cities like Tokyo, which has 57%, and New York City, which has 56%. Out of this 65%, the subway receives 37% of the people, and buses receive 28%. So before we continue to break down what makes the Seoul Metro the world's best, let's first understand why the bus system is its perfect partner. Seoul's bus system is one of the most extensive in the world, covering every part of the city. This is especially important in the east, where the mountains make it hard for trains to maneuver. The city has one of the largest bus fleets in the world, with 7,500 buses. Moreover, 25% of these buses are eco-friendly, so they are either hybrid or fully electric. By 2030, all the buses are planned to be completely electric too. To understand how vital the buses are in Seoul, the annual ridership is about 1.5 billion people. To put this into perspective, if you combine the annual bus ridership of New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago, Seoul still has more bus passengers. One of the main reasons for this is that Seoul's bus network allows you to get almost anywhere. This is thanks to their 4 different bus systems. The blue buses, which run longer distance journeys connecting suburban areas to downtown downtown Seoul. The green buses, these provide shorter journeys. They connect neighborhoods with key bus terminals and stations outside of downtown Seoul. The yellow buses, these run through high-demand areas such as business sectors, tourist areas, and major train stations. Finally, the red buses. These provide rapid transport between downtown Seoul and suburban areas, ideal for commuters. But going back to what makes the Seoul metro system the best in the world, despite all the metro lines we already covered, providing links throughout the whole city, Seoul is still not satisfied. South Korea is known for technological revolutions, and their new metro line will be revolutionary. The Great Train Express, or GTX for short, is an ambitious project of building an extensive network of high-speed underground lines through Seoul. It will be split into 3 lines: GTX-A, GTX-B, and GTX-C. The trains would run at a speed of 180 km per hour. This is significantly faster than any normal subway train. This would shrink travel times dramatically. For example, a journey from Suwon to Seoul Station, which typically takes over an hour by regular subway, would be reduced to around 20 minutes. All 3 lines are expected to be completed by 2030. Once done, this will be the world's first extensive underground high-speed metro lines. This will improve even further Seoul's world-class transportation system. Despite these technological innovations, the Seoul Metro only runs from 1 AM to 5:30 AM. This leaves a 4.5-hour period with no metro. Now, compared to New York City's 24-hour subway system, this seems like a flaw. However, similar to the Tokyo Metro, this time is for mandatory and detailed maintenance checks. Minor issues are repaired, and major issues are reported and alternative routes are chosen. This ensures that the high level of efficiency is maintained during the 19.5 operating hours. The other surprising thing about the Metro is that you have to pay with cash. There is no contactless payment. This is crazy considering Seoul is one of the most advanced cities in the world. The reason for this is to encourage passengers to buy the T-Money card instead of buying a single journey ticket. The T-Money card is a transportation card which you can top up and can use to tap in and out when using public transport, including both the subway and buses. It is similar to the Oyster card in London, but what makes it unique is that the T-Money card can be used in all major cities in South Korea, not just Seoul. This encourages the use of public transport all throughout South Korea, allowing for a seamless and easy way to pay from city to city. The transport is also very cheap. A single train ride will cost about $1 and a monthly ticket about $46. Compare this to New York City subway, where a single ride costs $3 and a monthly ticket is $127. Combine this with the fact that the trains and stations are cleaned every night during the maintenance hours. Every station has step-free access, automatic barriers blocking the platforms from the tracks, and that all the stations and trains have free Wi-Fi. It is no surprise why the Seoul Metro is so popular. And with groundbreaking upcoming projects such as the GTX lines, Seoul's first tram line, and other new railway lines which we didn't cover, Seoul may become the undisputed king of public transport, taking Tokyo's throne. A city with an even bigger metro system than Seoul is Beijing, but they have some serious improvements to do. Click here to find out why.